facial hair.
Welcome to Dan Nicholas's Conversation Garden. I am Dan Nicholas and this is the Conversation Garden. This is being streamed live on internet. Audience, why don't you say hello to the camera? Woo! You could be watching this in your home. If you're in your home, give us a cheer. Oh, your streammate cheers. And it's also being shown at the Polar Bear. So if you're at Polar Bear, please stand up, give it a big wave and a cheer. Again, I'm assuming that works. Before I go on though, let me give you a tour of my new place of residence. So, this is the bedroom. People may want the four-poster beds, want fancy wallpaper. I say, having your legs squished up against your face is never a better way to sleep. Here is the office. This is where I like to take a nice quiet moment out of my day to write my novel. It's about a museum worker who goes rogue. Sometimes I like to do my taxes here. It's coming up soon, people. It's coming up soon. Keep an eye out. Here is the lounge area where I often have friends come round for dinners. Various wood, louse, or pigeons. We often have drinks. Sometimes I go out at night and after an evening of rejection, fall asleep on the sofa/bathtub. It's very cold, guys. It's very cold. Over here you have the kitchen. This is where I cook excellent gourmet cuisine of anything I can find. And of course, we've all seen the bathroom. So, what is this, I hear you ask?
What is this?
Thank you for people that asked. A bit delayed, but that's okay. Well, basically, I am part of a troupe called Dan Nicholas's Conversation Garden. We do a comedy chat show with a twist, where we interview you, the audience. We've done 3 shows. This is our first show in Dave's Leicester Comedy Festival. The first one, we had Jack Britton's Discussion Kitchen, which was good. And then we had Lewis Holt's Banter Bathroom, which was very good. And in that last show, I got a phone call from Channel 4 saying that they wanted to take the Conversation Garden shows and put it on TV. Obviously, it's very exciting stuff, except there was one condition, and the condition was that it was just me and not Jack or Lewis. Obviously, they were both in support of this idea and kicked me out of the house that we all live in and deleted me off Facebook. And you know, you can really measure your friendship by social media. So I went down to London to visit the Channel 4 people. And, well, it's not that interesting a story, I suppose, really. So what I've decided to do is, if you'd just like to come up here with me. What's your name?
Katie.
It's Katie. Give a round of applause for Katie. Katie, so what I've decided to do is tell the story and the scene of me meeting Channel 4 through the style of a postmodern pantomime. Okay, so here are your lines. I haven't written my lines in because I'll just react to what you say. To spice things up a bit, before we get to that. So after, she's the bad guy, obviously, she looks vicious. So after things like she says, give a boo or hiss. Let me hear you boo or hiss. Boo! And after things that I say, obviously I'm the protagonist, it's my life. So give a cheer after things I say. Let me hear you cheer. Yeah! Again, you can... too much. And again, you can join in at home or at the Polar Bear. So these are lines. What I'd quite like you to do, though, is to do your lines in the style of a giraffe. Can you give me your best giraffe impression, please?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow. You look like Atopia is trying to give me a high five, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. And I'll do my lines in the style of an ostrich. Here's my ostrich impression. So, Katie, the giraffe, whenever you're ready, we'll commence this postmodern pantomime.
Dan, We really like the show.
Of course you do. Who doesn't?
But we need to know that you're properly on board and invested in the show.
Well, of course I'm invested. I'm so proud of it, I put my name on it.
Yes, we're all aware of that ego thing. The thing is, these things cost a lot of money.
I put that line in there to make sure you did the impression correctly.
Wait. Money. To get them off the ground, would you be willing to put forward £1,000?
£1,000? I can barely afford £100.
That's considerably less, but we're willing to negotiate and compromise because we like the show. Hey, I'm negotiating here. How about £500?
Boo.
Yes.
£500? It seems like you didn't really hear me the first time. Who wrote that script?
Ah, well, yes, I see well. We're willing to negotiate and compromise because we do like the show. How much do you have?
I have this imaginary button and Monopoly money that is half eaten. Will that do?
Is this happening?
What's your next line, Katie?
Now we wrestle.
Go ostrich! Boo giraffe! Go for the legs! And then they punched me on the arm, and punched me on the other arm, and they punched me in multiple places.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't actually have to. This is just about to place to take your seat. Thank you very much. I mean, I certainly started to get the feeling that I was being mugged. And come to think of it, I was being mugged. They took my watch, which I've now regained. They took my wallet, which I haven't regained. And they took my binoculars, because I was bird watching that day. Really thinking about it though, it didn't seem like it was Channel 4. Those Channel 5 scoundrels. So without Channel 4 or Channel 5, and without Jack Britton or Lewis Holt, I had told far too many people for my own good that this show was happening in the garden. And now whatever happens, whether they're here or not, we are, and the show must go on.
Hey, what's all this? What the bloody hell's happening out here? What is going on here?
Jack,
Jesus
Lewis,
Christ.
how are you?
Terrible actually. What's all this business down here? What's these cameras about? Jack's trying to tuck me in. Yeah, I'm reading him the Gruffalo. He loves it. It's his favourite.
Why don't you come down? I'm doing the show.
Yeah, I recognise that formation of chairs from a mile off. You're doing this damn show again.
Well, go fuck yourself.
Oh, God, Jack, you love talking to people. Why don't you come down? Why don't you join in?
I'll come down, but I won't like it. Jack, don't go.
What about you, Lewis? Lewis Holt, let down your hair tonight and join the show. Let's have a wild time. This is an onion. I don't know how many of you know about my situation that it's been this week, but actually I haven't had an awful lot to eat. Now I know this is live and on camera and on the audience and on stream, but
You're fucking disgusting.
Jack, is that you?
Yeah, mate.
It's been so long since I've heard your voice.
I'm just talking to you.
How have you been, old friend? You've aged terribly.
I was just speaking.
Don't eat with it. Don't talk with your mouth full. I mean, there's pauses for dramatic effect, and then there's.
There's a lot in here. They're really dry. But anyway, I was just talking to you, and I did see you this morning.
Oh yes, this morning. I remember like that, like it was yesterday.
It was this morning. You tried to break into the kitchen, so I had to kick you in the legs.
Yes, I have these bruises on my skin. You can't see it, but they're like etchings into my skin, like memories.
Are you Are you hungry, man?
I'm starving. I very nearly ate a raw onion.
You want it crisp?
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Jack?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You do that for me?
Of course, mate.
After everything we've been through?
Yeah.
After all the things that were said?
Yes.
We said a lot of things against each other. Are you sure you'd... For me?
Yeah, for you, mate.
Oh my God, Jack. The compassion I'm feeling for you right now. Like, I thought we were never going to speak to each other again. You said so much. You hated me. You said you wanted me to die. But now you're willing to forgive and forget and offer me a crisp in my hour of need. Thank you, Jack. You truly are a god among men.
Crunch. Right, let's get on with this show then, shall we? Let's talk to some people.
Yeah! That's it, Jack.
Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah. That's it, Jack. Back on board. But we are missing a certain piece of the puzzle. And I think I hear him now.
Dan Nicholas! You spindly Iranian looking fuck!
Lewis Holt, you handsome son of a bitch!
I'm gonna fulfill every promise I ever made to you.
Oh yeah?
That's right!
And what's that?
I'm gonna talk to some motherfucking people!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a comedy chat, so the gang are back together. In these buckets, I have a bucket full of names of people that have signed up towards the show, and another bucket full of questions given to us from people off the street. They're going to participate in a challenge and a 4-minute conversation. Does that sound great?
Yeah!
Okay, but before we start, when I say, and join in at Polar at home, I hope you do. When I say Avril, you say Levine. Avril.
Levine!
Avril.
Levine!
Avril.
Levine!
Levine.
Avril!
No. It's complicated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Please welcome on stage our first audience. Jamie Traynor!
Before we start, so we're not. You're ready to fucking mess. We should tidy up, man. We should sweep it. Please sit.
I mean, someone could have eaten that, to be honest. But...
Can I have a cigarette, please? Because I'm not allowed to drink. This is.
Oh, okay.
We haven't started and you're already making so many requests.
There you go.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah, on Mayfair, someone gave it to me.
I can't like this.
Are we good?
Well, would you like a lighter?
Yeah. I've been watching what I've been eating.
Sorry?
Oh, fucking hell.
So, Jamie, how are you? Rather rambunctious. So how are you, Jamie? Struggling with that lighter, I see.
It's tricky to fire.
Hey, he's got it.
Look like an ad to quit smoking. I know, there's a bit in there somewhere. We'll work it out.
We're not
We'll
going
work
to
it
do all the
out.
work today.
So, Jamie, what is it that you exactly do?
Well, I'm a graphic designer.
A graphic designer. What do you design other than graphics?
More graphics.
More graphics. What kind of graphics is that?
I work with a lot of local people actually.
Did you do Avatar?
Did I do it? I did. Unfortunately, I can't put my name to that.
It's a shame.
What local? So is that local businesses then, or
De Montfort Hall, yeah.
De Montfort Hall?
All the halls are available.
So what other halls?
Do you do our hall? Just our hallway? Do you do all the,
A couple of halls,
POS
actually.
for that?
My senior hallway, it needs doing, to be
It needs
honest.
doing, yeah.
What would you do to it to make it better then?
I'd actually dare to protest, but it's,
Sorry.
sorry. First thing that came to my head.
No one knows.
I don't know, to be honest.
No. Okay.
Never mind then.
I'm glad someone was on the table. It's gone silent.
It's alright.
Oh,
I
it's
quite know.
a show in a
2:25.
garden. It's fucking weird, isn't it? It's never going to be It's never going to be normal.
It's just this bright light.
Yeah, it is. Well, we need lights to see because it's at night in the garden.
That's the fucking shame of it, isn't it?
If we didn't have it, we wouldn't. Would you like me to stand?
Do you
That's
feel...
even worse. It's just your face.
I'm really glad we got
Do I
this
look like
nice
a giraffe?
audience member up on stage to have a conversation.
Sorry, as you were.
Makes you rethink the whole thing, doesn't it? Getting them involved.
So, Jamie, where are you from, Leicester then?
Yes,
Whereabouts?
I live in Clarendon Park.
Clarendon Park. And were you born and raised there?
No, I was born in
In where?
Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock. Is that far? Is it good? Is it nice? Is it
It's
worth
been a
running
long
away
time
from?
since
like, you know?
it's Scotland, so yeah.
Oh, it's Scotland.
That's where it's beautiful. It's probably the least most beautiful part of Scotland, but yeah.
Well, it's Scotland, so make your own
So?
joke. Make your own joke. Great.
Insert Scottish joke.
Scotland's not God's own country, but he likes to holiday there, so
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Anyway,
Scotland.
so I'm going to go to the bucket of questions. How much does I thought about to say dog's happiness, but actually it says does happiness. Okay, how much does happiness weigh in stone? It's practically a riddle.
Well, I'm like 11 stone.
And you're just happiness.
I'm an age
all
stone
round.
as well,
yeah. You happy?
Yeah, I'm reasonably happy, so I'd say 11 stone.
I'm
11
depressed.
stone. Are you?
So I guess it's not that then. It must be a different way.
What does that mean? It's heavier or lighter?
How much does happiness weigh in dogs?
Or how much does a penis weigh?
In dogs?
Yeah, let's get our measurements clear here. Our units.
Oh yeah, we've got to get
Metric system.
dogs.
I'm going to go for 11.
11 stone.
I mean, I don't actually have an answer on the thing. It was something that was open for discussion, as is the nature of
Any
the show.
opinions?
Is that a phone going?
Is that
I think that's already time.
Your granddad now again. Your granddad always rings at the weirdest times.
Dan, you're on the internet. How do we get him up? Oh, fuck, that's time.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie, for that conversation. But don't go anywhere just
no.
yet. Now you have to do a challenge. Riddle me this.
That's that.
You were right.
I'll do it. Now you have to do a challenge. Riddle me that, riddle me this. Who in this garden smells most like piss?
Is that my challenge? Is to piss and that smells like piss?
No, it's actually a riddle.
It's Dan.
It's Dan. It's Dan. We'll just solve that one.
I've been theoretically living in that temple. But the challenge, Jack.
So your challenge, Jamie, is to answer me or us these questions 3 thus. Question the first. How far can you go into the woods? Tick tock, 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 tick tock. Your final answer?
Quite far.
Oh, it's a good effort,
It's
but
a good
it's
But it's not right.
It's not right.
Does anyone here know what the answer is? Oh, you're at the back.
Halfway.
Halfway! Yes, well done.
much.
Well done.
Because otherwise, you're going out of the woods.
Riddle number 2.
Oh.
Numero duo. Begins after this interlude. Riddle number 2. A blue man lives in a blue bungalow. There are blue
carpets, and blue lampshades, and blue toothbrush, and blue toothbrush holder, and blue toilet paper, and blue sink. What colour are the stairs?
It's a bungalow, there's no stairs.
TikTok.
Well, you actually did just
He just said it. He just said it. Well done.
That's not true! There were stairs on the outside leading to the roof.
That's not the spirit of the riddle, Lewis.
And Jamie, for your final riddle, I can't decide whether to sit or stand. I'll stand.
That's the riddle. Should Dan sit or stand? That's not the riddle.
No, it's right. There's a cat, an octopus, and the moon, and they all want to go for dinner somewhere, but they can't decide where, because you see, the cat doesn't want to go anywhere where there is water, and the octopus only wants to go somewhere where there is water, and the moon doesn't want to enter the Earth's atmosphere. Where do they dine? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
I'm completely stunned by that.
Wow!
I was going to say Nando's.
That's a good shout.
But there's no water,
I
that's
hate
for the
Nando's,
octopus.
but
Yeah.
Well, actually, if
Hang on, is that?
you at
Definitely
home,
in the Earth atmosphere.
you at home have a think of what it might be, and you can tweet in your answers to @EllisonNicholas, #DNCG. We have our Twitter bitch over there in the corner looking very ominous. Her name is Kirsty.
Could you give us a Twitter bell, Kirsty?
She'll be collecting in tweets. Also tweeting your questions, and we may use them throughout the conversations in during the and I'll reveal the answer towards the end of the show. But for now, thank you very much, Jamie.
Thank you very much, Jamie!
Excellent business.
What a great man. Hey, what great men you are.
Oh.
How are you guys? I haven't seen you. How are you?
I'm alright, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah? How about you, Liz? Dreadful. Because you missed me.
No. Sometimes I catch a glimpse of you out the window and it ruins my day.
Well, it's funny how we've changed so much in so long. Jack, do you remember the first time we met?
I remember it like it was 4 years ago. Because it was.
Flashback!
Flashback! Cast your minds back to 2010. Two fresh-faced young freshers were at a party at Dave's and they were in the same vicinity.
Sorry, babe. A potential new best friend has just stood by my side. Jack Britton, backflip extraordinaire.
Dan Nicholas, I'm better than you.
And from that moment forward, they knew they would be latched in an unwilling bond of circumstance.
Funny, Jack, I don't remember it like that.
No?
Cast your minds back to the same thing again.
Fuck off!
And from that moment forward, they knew that they were the thing I said earlier. Now, cast your minds forward a bit to Halloween 2011 at a party at Dave's.
Great party, Dan!
It's not my house. Speaking of houses, I haven't got anywhere to live next year. My housemate has kicked me out. She didn't say it, she just wrote passive-aggressive notes. Where are you living next year?
Well, actually, me and my friend Matt are going to get a
I would love to live with you and Matt together, thank you.
And from that moment forward, Jack knew his year with Matt would be ruined.
Funny, Jack, I don't remember it like that.
No?
Now the same Halloween thing.
Great party, Dan!
It's still not my house.
It's a great idea for us to come dressed as each other. I've already pulled a girl who thinks I'm you, because you're so great. And this is how you remember that party.
Speaking of the homeless, I haven't got anywhere to live next year.
Come live with me.
Now cast your minds forward to 2012.
I've got an idea for a show.
It's funny, that's not how I remembered it.
Now do it again.
You've got an idea for a show.
Such great memories.
Such a
Such a great time.
Yeah. Moist memories.
So wet.
So wet and cold. You coming now?
Scared of heights.
And while you do that, maybe it's time we had our second audience member of the evening. So, drum roll please. Please welcome to the stage, Mira. Mira, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
You've brought a teddy with you. It looks a lot like Mr. Bean's.
I nicked it from him.
You nicked it from him? Well, that sounds like an interesting story, but I want to find out all about it.
Look, I restored his eye.
You restored his eye, so you're great with knitwear and patching and sewing things.
Kind of.
It is funny. It is funny.
Oh, hello. We have a tweet.
Kirsty!
Could you read the tweet out for us, Kirsty?
Tweet
Can't
it.
see you in the dark. There's just a weird, ominous black.
At Tony Harper says, "Fuck off, Dan."
Cheers, mate.
This way of involving audience, in the Twitter sphere.
It's
Just
really great that
right
people outside of a garden are tweeting it.
Not what it's for.
So, Mira, what do you do? What do you do?
I go on Tumblr a lot.
You go on Tumblr a lot. I think, wait, Lewis, you're on Tumblr. Have you seen Lewis on Tumblr?
Yeah, I'm the big thing on Tumblr these days. Clearly not.
I only go on it to follow one person.
It's not me.
The one person.
What person is it that you follow?
Is it Mr. Bean?
I'm too embarrassed.
Ah, okay.
It's Justin Bieber.
No.
Well,
Rowan
I'm
Atkinson.
gonna go for a question from the bucket.
Dara O'Brien.
Do you follow Dara O'Brien? Does he even have that? He's on WordPress. That's where it's at. Mira, who is your favourite historical figure?
Mr. Bean.
Mr.
Hey.
Bean. He is
Of course.
truly legend.
Yeah,
Actually,
no, he was. He did all those period dramas.
He did, yeah. Do you know, when
Topical.
I was in school, there was a summer talent show, and instead, this was before I did any kind of comedy. I actually wanted to be in a band, but I wasn't very good. But I did this whole I acted out the whole of Bohemian Rhapsody, dress and acting as Mr. Bean.
Oh, wow.
And I'm glad you enjoyed
It is exciting stuff.
It's something similar that Lee Evans had already done, admittedly, but I had put my own spin on it, so it's fine. Allegedly. Well, we could be friends. I hope you don't want this back.
No!
I was joking.
Mine.
Samira, where are you from?
I'm from Leicester.
Leicester. What part? Near Cloudon Park?
I used to live near Melton Road, and that's why my accent's very weird.
It's not weird. It's outstanding. Which is you can say outstanding in a good way, or you can say outstanding in a bad way. Which way did I mean? Who knows? It was in a good way.
Her accent is late. It's not been handed in yet. Her accent.
That's what with coursework I always used to think that.
Outstanding.
I didn't even give it in, and they think it's outstanding.
Ah, great stuff. How about another question from the bucket? Did we even have a question from the bucket?
Yeah.
What was that question?
Historical theory.
Oh yeah, what's the story? So salsa or sour cream?
The dancers.
Dancing, yeah. The two dancers.
Salsa. And so you're not a fan of sour cream? Bit too sour. Will whip myself. Oh, great stuff. So, are you a particular fan of a salsa dancing then? Do you do salsa dancing?
Oh no, I just like the dip.
Okay. Do you do any kind of dancing though?
I tried ballet, I bumped into the teacher and got kicked out.
Ah, just as a...
Isn't time went out.
So by the bell.
That's really extreme.
That is really
to get kicked out.
That was a really good that. The conversation is over.
No more.
No more.
Don't worry, Bo. You have a challenge. So, Mira, do you like Paris? Do you like Rome? Do you like fashion when you're at home? Ever thought about being a fashion designer?
Oh, and I have bad fashion sense.
You have bad fashion sense, and I love this challenge. If you'd just like to come with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this box is all the props and clothes and costumes that we've used from previous shows. Your challenge, Mira, is to dress each one of us however you think best. Please do encourage and shout out what ones to use. And you have about 2 minutes to do it, and then we'll be doing a catwalk. Are you ready? Set her down.
Set her down.
Set it all down.
Okay, so dress the three of us. Whatever way you see fit. And if you have any fashion styles or tips at home, tweet in at Ellison Nicholas with the hashtag DLCF.
No, the scarf, the crisps. I'll put that on with the crisps.
I've seen models wear this, and it's not like that.
Oh no, there's a phone on there.
It's good though. It's sturdy.
No match found. You're not a fan of this outfit. It's just flashing completely. Siri has a Tinder.
How many do I have?
On his head, on his head.
On the head?
On the head, on the head. Put it on my hand, maybe. Christmas thing.
That is massive green head.
Yeah, I think whack that one down.
Green head
We'll
re-establish the truth.
Re-establish. Looks like he's smoking a rope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now it's time for the catwalk. If you've got phones, take pictures. You guys are the paparazzi.
No, don't take photos.
Don't take photos. Take photos.
Take pictures. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Twitter bitch, have we had any tweets other than Tony?
At Louise Emily says, can you do your rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody?
No. That's that.
Crowd pleaser.
what strange clothes we were wearing, and we've always worn strange clothes. Lewis, do you remember what you were wearing when we first met?
No.
Flashback.
Flashback. Cast your minds back to 2011, a pub somewhere in Leicester. Everybody loved Lewis Holt. As soon as he walked in the room, people went crazy and greeted him and gave him hugs and cheered. Woo!
Hello.
I don't know who you are.
Cast your minds forward in time a bit.
You know Jack.
You know Jack.
I know Jack.
I know Jack.
We know Jack.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk. Water?
No.
Cast your minds forward to when they could talk a bit, but still not very well.
Hi, Dan.
What are you running away from, Lewis?
I'm fine, thanks.
Don't try and change the subject. We both know you're running away from something.
What? We don't know each other very well.
And that's because you won't let me in.
Why
Talk
are you
to
doing
me.
this?
What are you
I
running
barely know
away
you.
from?
Stop it.
And no one knew what Lewis Holt was running away from.
No. What is it, Lewis?
What are you running away from, Lewis? Stop running! Stop running! Love yourself! Love yourself! Love yourself! Love yourself! Love yourself! Cast your minds forward to 2012.
I've got an idea for a show.
Fuck off.
Great to have you on board. Such great memories we've had together. Such great memories. And now we're coming towards the end of the show. Kirsty, Twitter bitch, did we have any answers to the riddle?
Match Dan says International Space Station Lido Cafe.
No, that's wrong.
Super specific.
Is it a real thing? I'm not sure. Is it?
How would the moon fit in a space station?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, here's the answer. So,
Use your brain.
so the cat doesn't want to go anywhere where there is water. The octopus only wanted to go somewhere where there is water, and the moon didn't want to.
Sea of Tranquility.
Not quite.
Stop it.
I mean, but it's not water though, there's no water there.
Well,
The cat can't go there.
But it's metaphorical water. It's the
Wrong.
sea.
Yeah, but
It's
he
wrong.
can't eat off himself.
And it's on the moon.
He can't eat off himself, though, can he?
Who cares? It's on the moon.
Well, Tom Marks
We
was
formulated our own
Have to
answer.
try.
Ice planet of Holt.
Let's fix it.
Well, the actual answer,
The actual
everybody,
answer.
is Mars. Because there's water on Mars, so the octopus is happy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, right, we're fine, yeah. And the cat would just sit on the moon, and the moon can enter the Mars atmosphere, so that's how they eat and dine together.
Hooray! Hooray!
It's tenuous at best.
3 friends dining and
I know.
eating together.
So reminiscent.
Oh, it's almost like us.
It is.
The cat, the octopus, the moon.
No.
No.
The moon, the octopus, the cat.
No. The moon, the cat, the octopus.
You're definitely the octopus. You got spindly arms.
Oh yeah. Look at him.
Well, anyway, what time is it now for, Jack?
It's time for you to rise. Land on your feet. You will shuffle over here so we can try and get in view of the camera. There we go. So it's time for the Conversation Garden National Anthem, which goes like this. Hey, 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 hey.
So we just wait to join in on the hey, hey, hey. What polar bear, join in.
Join in.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, 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 hey. chit and chat and wag that chin. We're conversation gardening. Hey, 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 hey. Pulling weeds and planting flowers, talking crap to kill the hours. Hey, 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 hey. Dan, Lewis and Jack, they run this show. This is a place where friendship grows. Hey, 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 hey. This is a chat show with a twist. We'll interview you even if you're pissed. Hey, 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 hey. A chat show where we talk to you, the audience. Oh yes, it's true. Hey, 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 hey. We'll live to talk another day. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Take your seats. Hey, 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 hey. Keep it going. Hey, 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 hey.
As we welcome to the stage our final audience member for the evening, Luke Smith!
Hey!
Hey! How are you?
Fine.
Good.
So, Luke, how are you?
Fine.
You're fine, great. And what is it that you do?
I'm unemployed.
You're unemployed. Between jobs, well, that's a nicer way of putting it. Where were you working? How long have you been unemployed? So many questions. What's the best part about being unemployed?
The hats.
Hats.
The hats. Free hats or hats 85?
Hairstyle.
Had it cut last week.
Had it cut last
Not
week.
happy with it.
But you're unemployed. How did you afford that?
It was a cheap haircut.
Cheap haircut? Like free?
No.
Okay. 'Cause
You got one of those,
I
didn't
got
you?
one of those on stage once. It was crazy. Where did you go for your haircut?
I don't.
Shorties?
Barbers.
Just barbers? You don't remember the particular name of that?
You wander around.
First one I found.
Blind date hairdressing.
So where did you work last then?
I did an internship in Ireland.
In Ireland? Ooh, anyone from Ireland then? Okay, that's really cool. What was the internship in?
I was working for a film commission.
A film commission. So we're unemployed or freelance?
Yeah.
Freelance? Okay. So what is it? This is really interesting. What is it that you were doing?
It was boring office work.
Boring office work.
it's
Well, it's only boring if you think it's boring. What kind of office work was it?
Emails.
Emails?
Answering phone calls.
Okay, that does sound pretty boring. You're right. And that ended. Well, how did that end?
It was just an internship.
Just
3 months.
3
so-
months. Okay, and they didn't want you to
No,
carry on.
no.
Whereabouts in Ireland was it?
Offaly.
Offaly.
Middle of Ireland.
Middle of Ireland. I don't know where that is. Neve, the Irish person in. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that South Ireland or Northern Ireland? Southern Ireland. Okay. Is it near Galway? Not the only place I know.
Ish.
Okay. Well.
Carlo? That's the only one I know.
Carlo.
Oh, we got a tweet.
Oh, a tweet. What question?
Natch Dan says, nice to see Lewis B. Holt has joined Dancing Bear Entertainment.
Oh my, right, okay. Let's gloss over that. That is true.
There's moonlighting that you didn't want to talk about this evening, isn't it? Okay, so where would you like to work? Where would you like to work if you could work anywhere?
I had an interview on Thursday.
Oh, did you work it? How did it go?
It was quite good.
Yeah.
Find out on Monday. So.
Fingers
luck.
crossed.
I'll
yeah.
tweet
Fingers
it. I'll
crossed.
tweet it.
Tweet it.
Warwick Arts Centre.
Warwick Arts Centre. Ooh. Doing what?
Marketing.
Marketing. So that's a bit like boring office work. Isn't it?
Yeah.
How, did I just hear the title?
Nah, it was me starting it.
It was him saying, it was him saying the word
What I've
beat
done is I started it on 1 minute.
with a rough guesstimate.
Okay, well,
Keep going.
I'm enjoying this. Would you like to pick a question from the bucket and read it aloud?
How do you feel colour?
Well, I don't know. How do you feel colour?
That's a tricky one.
It's less a question, more a philosophical debate that's had over the years.
Over the 3 shows, because I think it's come up in every show in the comedy show.
It's a theme. It's
a common one. It's the
Don't
only one in
refresh those
there.
questions. Really, do we?
With your heart.
With your
Oh.
heart.
Yeah, that, I would say in that circumstance.
What's your favourite colour?
Green.
Green.
How does that make you feel?
How does it make you feel? Jealous? No.
People say, yeah, green
Does it
envy.
feel fine?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
We'll do one more question and then I think.
No, maybe not.
Or will we?
Okay, fine. Well,
Like random
thank you
time.
very much, Luke. So I mean to slam my hand into your face, mate. It's not that ambitious. But you have to participate in the challenge just like everyone else. Jack, if you won't mind passing me Ruby.
Hike.
So this is Ruby. She is my girlfriend and long-term lover. She is also from the future. Suspend your disbelief. And she has found out about all our futures. But she's only spoken to us about someone else's future. So, for example, she spoke to me about Jack's future, and she spoke to Jack about Lewis's future, and which Lewis about my future. And what she's done is she's written it down, typed it up, and written it down on a piece of paper, which I have here. And it's ready for you to narrate in a flash forward.
Flash forward.
So if you'd just like to read them out, and we don't know what is written there.
Okay.
So for example, when you read out Jack's future, he hasn't got a clue what's going to be happening, but he's going to act it out anyway. Okay? Everyone get that? Everyone understand?
Yay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Luke.
Jack's vision.
Jack's vision, like take centre stage, Jack.
I'm really scared.
It has been 30 years since Jack has last seen his fellow housemates Dan and Jack.
Oh no, I'm really happy actually.
He put his hands to his head and sighed.
Oh.
I mean, a really big sigh. He's been trying desperately to get his giraffe impression down, but it just didn't seem to be going anywhere. He was the ambassador of milk now. He would drink pints of milk.
Drink it.
Less shit shirt. More shit shirt. Oh, good lord.
Go.
Drinking it like a baby bird.
It doesn't even say down it. Like
You're
it says
supposed to be the ambassador.
over any time period. You could multi-sip if you want.
After a pint of milk. After a pint of milk.
It's so cold.
And we're outside.
It was a neck nomination that had gone out of control. He then would break down and wail on the floor.
You've got space, come on.
Wailing and drinking milk for an eternity.
I will carry on!
Is that it?
That's Jack's vision.
I'm so cold.
Up next is Lewis.
Lewis's vision.
Serious brain freeze. Milk everywhere.
Lewis, one day you will wake up on the busy streets of Tokyo Fish Market, smelling distinctly of fish.
Fucking know what you do with that.
Wake up! You get to your feet confused and aroused, taking in your surroundings. How did I get here, you say out loud.
How did I get here?
What destiny hath befallen me now?
What destiny hath befallen me now?
You also say out loud, because you talk like that now for some reason.
Haha.
You search high and low for answers. You look intense.
Intense?
You look
Not
intense.
intense.
Oh, I was doing intense.
Intense. Okay.
Under baths. In people's hair. But none come to you. Your only solace is the distinct memory of a long time ago, with friends in Scarborough, where you are from. You get fuck all solace from those friends in Leicester who did that weird chat show with you. Actually, you avoid reminiscing about that as much as possible. Then you realise this Tokyo street seem familiar. Your situation like some bizarre deja vu. In fact, you realise this prophecy was foretold in a show in your back garden. And you turn to an audience of fishmongers and say, "Blimey."
Blimey.
Because you also like to say that for some reason. You barely escape Japan with your life, but when you do, you find fame and fortune when you realise your debut single, "Don't Halt the Lovin'."
Hope the loving.
Then you take some drugs and end up in Japan again.
Is that it?
Dan will decide that smoking is bad and will stub out his cigarette. He will also empty his packet of baccy.
Have a great on me.
Feeling a new nicotine-free lust for life, he becomes a yoga instructor and does this pose all of the time. Show audience.
Milk on
In the milk.
Oh my god.
Which he calls the Scorpion pose because he says scorpions are cool, and there was a ninja called Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, I think.
Crisps just flew into my No, we really have.
He tells everyone how cool he thinks scorpions are, and he starts to pretend he's a scorpion when he is alone. Sometimes in the mirror doing the pincers with both hands and waggling his bottom like it's a stinger, trying to sting people.
Should I stand up?
Dan's newfound comfort in his own skin leads him to flirt constantly with whoever is near him.
I like your shoes.
Sometimes he even plucks up the courage to lick his lips towards nearby women. And sometimes he tries to lick their lips. Dan lives a happy and prosperous life and dies on the 1st of April 2014 in the garden of 35 Knoll Street. This very garden, and is buried there, but it's really hard to do because of the paving stones.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Wait a second. Sorry, just one. Jack, can you?
Yeah, do you want me to set out for this one?
Yeah, just set up. Luke, if you don't mind, just putting this on. Just put this on. In fact, Lewis, can you?
Yeah.
Mirror, do you mind just coming back up? Or Katie, you're stuck in your chair. Stuck in the chair. Yeah. Okay, and if you.
You want the bean? Do you need a bean?
If you're joining us at home, that's it. If you could just put this one on. Yeah, great guys. And actually, I think I'm going to set out as well. So Jamie Trainer, you could just
fit my head.
and just put this on. Okay, guys. So actually, I just want you to read out some scripts now. If you maybe just want to take centre stage. Well, I say stage. Half. Stand over around here. Could you do? I can't see. Okay. There were eye holes pierced in, but I don't know how effective they have been. Yours is. Just hold it up then, mate. Hold it up. So Jamie, you're Dan. You're now Dan. With a quirky new look. So you're the mysterious and enigmatic.
Prick.
Mira, you're Lewis, you're the handsome, normal
rapist.
And Luke, you're Jack, you're the adorable, psychotic
Adonis of a man.
I'm not sure about strictly true, Jack, but and we've got some scripts here. Do your best, but if you could, so you're Dan, you're Lewis, and you're Jack, and if you could just read out those scripts, just read it out. That'd be really great.
We'd just like to say a few thank yous.
Thank you to Joe Richards. We couldn't have done it without you.
You Joseph, Mustafa, and everyone at Demon Media.
Thank you to Sam Javid for his advice.
Thanks to Mark and Tash at the Monograph.
Thanks to Gary, Sally, Verity, and everyone at upstairs. Everyone at the upstairs at the Western. This didn't have happened.
Thanks to CSL Printing.
Thanks to everyone at the Polar Bear.
Thanks to everyone whoever invented the Futura font. It's amazing.
Thank you to Marilyn Minks and Bella Bardo.
Thank you to the Cougars, all of them.
Thank you to Street People for the questions.
Keep that applause going, guys. Thanks to previous tenants for leaving so much junk to play with when we moved in.
Thanks, stewards, Johnny, Kirsty, Paul, and Rob.
Thanks to Leonardo DiCaprio for being a source of inspiration.
Thanks to those who are all thankful.
Thanks to the landlord who is happy to have us do this and contribute towards costs.
Thanks to the cats for shitting in the garden.
Thank you to Robert Hardacre, prop designer, steward, and all-round great guy.
Thank you to Heather Faulknell, photographer and emotional support extraordinaire.
Thank you very much for that is the end of the show. Thank you very much.
Epilogue. Oh, it's so great.
I'm so glad we're all
To be back together.
I'm so glad to be back in the house.
Yeah.
We're such great friends, best friends, you could say, forever.
I'm moving out.